In this tutorial, I'll be guiding you guys on how to create a new freelancer account on Upwork. Alright guys, let's get started. So first of all, obviously open Upwork, and then on the top right part of your web page, click on the button sign up. After you've done that, you'll be redirected to another page where it'll give you two options, either creating a client account or a freelancer account. Well, obviously we're going to go for the freelancer account because that's what we're doing today. Click on I'm a freelancer and apply as a freelancer. Now it'll be redirected to another page. Here you're going to create your account. So you can go about two ways. You can either continue with Google, which is the blue button right over here, where it will ask you to choose one of your email accounts, which will be the faster way of creating an account, as it'll automatically sign in and give you your first and last name with your password and email. Now the manual way you can do is you can have a personal first name and last name, put it on your email and password. Well, we'll just go for the manual way for the sake of the video. So first name, any first or last name that is yours, any authentic email that works, because they might ask you for verification later onwards, so it's really important that you give an authentic email, not any fake one. So in my case, I'll be using this email. And next up, put any strong password that you don't forget. Make sure you remember it. I'll just type my password. And your country, in my case, is UAE. Now you have two check marks here. It's really important to check the second option, because that's where you're understanding the terms and services of Upwork. You're agreeing to that. Well, now it's up to you if you want to check the first option, depending on if you want to receive emails from Upwork. Well, they're just helpful emails. It just really depends if you want to read them. In my case, I'm not, so I'll be just unchecking the option. And let's move on and press create my account. Now it's going to take some time until you'll be redirected probably to the verification page. Just waiting a bit. So for the verification process, they'll send in a verification email to the email you put in while creating your account, like it says here, which is this email which I had used. So I'm just going to be going over to Gmail, and there you go. Upwork has sent me an email. Now I'll be just opening the email and click on verify email. It'll redirect me to another page. Just wait until they have said your account is verified. Now once this has said your account has been verified, you can close this page and go back to your original page. And now just refresh this page, and you'll be redirected to the main step. Now on this step, it's basically going to ask you to fill in information required by Upwork to set you as a freelancer. So either you could import some information from LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is another application or place where you can find jobs, and so you probably set up your profile there where with your education experiences and skills, so you could just export information from there. But if you don't have, the best way to do is fill out the information manually, unless you also have a resume, which is another way of filling out the information required by Upwork. For the sake of the video, we'll be just going with filling it out manually. So click on that option, and first question or part of it is your professional role. So what is it that you do, your job, or whatever you are professional at? What is your profession? So some people might say they are software engineers, some might say they are social media marketers or managers, photo editors, video editors, all that kind of stuff. It depends on what you're professional at. Write that option here. So I might go for, why not, social media manager. And then after you have typed in that, let's go to next. Now when you click next, it'll take you to the next question, where it'll ask you to add experience. Now it depends. If you have ever worked on your profession before, you could add the experience on the company you work for. But if you don't have experience, you could just click on this option right here, nothing to add, and move on to next. But let's see what can be added. So click on add experience. So first thing is your title. What were you working as in the company? So your title, anything you were, your company where you were working at, name of the company, was it Microsoft, Apple, well, of course not the famous ones, any company which you were working on, the original company, make sure it's original. So the clients when choosing you can be very well informed of your information, where it was located, if you're still currently working with this role, the start date, the end date, and a bit of description on what your work was there. Well, after you're done with that, you can just add the experience and move on to the next. In my case, I'm just going to add nothing and move on next. Now, the next question is about your education. Well, it depends if you really want to have clients knowing about your education or not. Well, for the sake of the video, let's see what options are there. So the school you went to, the name of the school, university, or whatever, the degree that you have, the field of study, so the subject that you chose, um, from what year were you attending, and if you still haven't finished it, what is the expected graduation year, and a bit of description on some of the awards you've achieved and what subjects probably you're studying on. But in this case, I'm just going to go with nothing to add and move on. Next up is your languages. So you can just add up languages and choose up any language you like. English is already there by default because it's the common language to communicate. Well, now let's just go for Spanish. And you could choose my level. There's 4 options: basic, conversational, fluent, native, or bilingual. I'm just going to go with basic because I'm not very sure of Spanish. It's just as an example in this video. Well, I'm pretty fluent with English, so I'm just going to go with that, and let's go next. Well, we're nearly there. Now is the page where you can add all of your skills on the profession. The max limit for adding your skill is 15. So on your profession, in my case where I chose social media marketer or manager, I can add any skills related to that. So yeah, social media content is one of my skills. Social media management is also one of my skills. I can also add various other skills like web development. Yeah, that's one of my well, it depends on whatever skills you like. For the sake of the video, I'll be just adding these 3, and let's move on to the next. Now it's asking you to write your bio, so anything interesting about you or a bit of information about yourself, how many years of experience you've had, and how can you help your customers, and what applications do you use, anything interesting that might catch your client's eye so you can get that job. Well, let's maybe, and also the minimum characters you have to write is at least 100, and I think the maximum is about 5,000. So you can be very detailed or you could be very brief as well. Well, in case I chose social media manager, I'm just going to be very brief for the sake of the video. So I am an expert social media manager. I can guarantee 5 social media posts per week. They will be of high quality. And an exclamation mark. Well, just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to keep it very brief, so you could keep it very detailed, make it attractive, appealing to your client's eyes, so they might click on your profile. Oh, and there you go, they might actually be your next client. So let's move into the next option. So what are the main services you offer? Well, depending on your profession, again, there are various kinds of services you can offer. I'm just going to go with the suggested service by Upwork just to keep the video short, and let's click next. Now on to the second last question, your hourly rate. So depending on, maybe might come across clients that might hire you on hourly rates. That's work per hour. So you can keep your hourly rate. You need to, at the minimum hourly rate you can keep is $5. So in my case, I'm just going to keep $10. And remember that Upwork cuts 20% off your fund or whatever you get paid. So you'll get $8 out of $10. So that be it for this question and let's move on. Now the last part, and I think which is one of the most important part for your verification step. You can choose any photo you'd like. I always prefer you to do a real life photo of you, so they can quickly verify your account, because they won't be allowing you to start freelancing unless or until you're completely verified, so they can be sure that you're above 18 for so you can freelance. So in this case I'm just going to go with any picture. You can of course go with any picture at this point and they will ask you to verify later, so it's okay for now. Your country, any address, so I'm just going to put any random address, some of the random addresses, and city, Russell, and your zip or postal code, which is dependent upon which country you're living on, and a phone number of course. So that's my phone number there, and then you can click on check your profile. Well, now the final last step is just to click the button to submit your profile, and there you go, submit profile. And after this you can go ahead and start browsing for jobs. Remember, again, you have to still verify your profile completely before you can start freelancing. Anyways guys, that'll be it for this video. I hope it helps you out, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace out.